Hey, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. Oh, I do love this time of day. We're getting right towards sunset on our hill, and there's the sun about to leave us. Look at that. And if you see it on the other side, now please learn to look past the fact that we're on a construction site with I don't know how many different projects all going on at once. The interior of our office cum storage space is being both clad on the inside. It's also having the tile grouted. We've got work going on underneath the house there. It's being blocked in, and also it's being rendered. We've got the projects at the front of the house where the stairs are being done, and all of that is all going on at the same time. Workers are doing what they do best, and they're getting the work done, and that's what we want. So is there a lot of chaos? Yes, there is. All of this stuff that you're seeing now looks as if it was just thrown there and left. It's all being used to do the job inside, where Perry is working like a madman to get the inside of the ceiling. Not an easy job, and it has all of that has to go there to make that squared off pattern over the cladding, the Amacon cladding. This is where he comes out here to cut, as you can see, so there's a reason that it's all there. Now at some point, very very soon, we're going to be in that situation where we're going to clean up. Meantime, well, there's a lot of making good to do where an existing condition was before we started work. Now, what just looks like a hole was in fact a carabao pit. That's where the carabao went, and that's where they did their bathing. So all of this is all in rough shape, of course. It's all got to be leveled. It's all got to be done, and it will be done afterwards. This is actually a workbench. See, it's a workbench. This is what is used to do all of the planing down of all of the window frames out the side here. You can see here's some work now where all of that stripping has all been put up. Makeshift ladder which has been made. Filipino workers, these are all rustic. These are all rustic workers. Right, so as I've said before, it's not Chippendale, okay, but it is good work, and they work damn hard for their money. And this is one of our tenants out the back there. How you doing, Goy? What a beautiful goat. This is the first time for me that I've seen goats up close. I mean, all I've ever seen is just a very, very plain old look to it. I'm gonna take my life in my hands there, but he seems to be very friendly. He's probably going to eat my shorts. And there we are. We're all in underneath. We got our makeshift air hole. Not a hole. Now, what we've done here is really in the style of the American pioneers who went out. They built a small house. This all started off as a bedroom. We started off when we arrived here, and we lived in Nanai's old house. And as you can see over there, look, traditional houses, they're left open at the top, so there is actually no privacy. And when we arrived as newlyweds, and no privacy, so it was quite difficult. we decided that we would, well, why don't we just build a tiny house like Lena's, you know, something like 15 by 15, and that will be our room. So we started, and then the inevitable happened. As we started and as we began to do work, it got bigger. So what you have is the first part of the house, and then we just extended it a little, and that took us to, let me see, this took us to there, okay? And then we said, why don't we put a deck in? And we put a deck that went out the back, and this was the deck, and it was of course covered in. When we started, we just put a deck in at the back, and we said, why don't we just extend it round the side, and we could have a little kitchen. So we extended it round the side and we blocked in the whole thing. And then, of course, we decided that we'd like a little porch out the front there, and we did that too. And now that's in concrete. So what happened? We came out, and by we needed an office, we needed a storage space. So the idea was born, why don't we make a place out the back, and we can put the boxes in, store the stuff out there, and I can use it as a workshop while Nanai's house is being built. So we decided that, and then we decided, well, we can't really have it just that it's an extra building, so we put that hallway with a window in. Are you getting the picture? Then we said, well, it really should have a small porch out the front there because of the rain, so we need to shelter people coming to visit. And we started that. I had a word with Timio, who is on the ground here doing the work and being the liaison between workers and us. So I then paced out what I thought would work, and he paced out what he thought would work, and we ended up with this huge porch. This huge porch is it's easily 10 feet wide and about 12, I think, either 12 or 15 long, and it's all sheltered in. Now when that happened, and we saw how the inside of the storage unit was looking, and it was looking so good, we were so very happy with that, and we worked on the windows, and we said the windows should be this. Now forgive the strange angles, but I'm climbing up and over the wall of the porch. So this has just been finished, and the grouting has been finished by Julio. Now I don't suppose you can see very much here, but well, no, I can see it, you can't see it. So once we saw how nice that was looking, we came out here and said, you know what, why don't we move downstairs? Why don't we get out of climbing to a bedroom every night, and in the night, for those reasons that everybody knows, climbing down the stairs to go to that private place. So we looked at this here, and we decided that we'd take the design of that building there and put it here, but we'll extend it a little so that we can have 2 bedrooms, and that's our plan now. Don't know how we're going to achieve that, but then we've never known how we were going to achieve most of the things that we've done. So it is a hodgepodge of dwellings, all somehow knitted together, and so it's not going to win the architectural design of Naples or wherever they have beautiful Italian architecture, but it's what we live with. And there are a million, a gazillion, a squillion number of small jobs that are going to be left to do. Like that little job that Beth is trying to do there. It's a little bit of trim and it will have to be hammered down. Now, when people keep saying, well, I think you should have done this, well, you may be right, but we are getting to all of the different jobs that have to be done. Now, I know that someone is going to say, well, by the pipe work there, you should make a grill so that you can. We know that. And they'll say, look at that line of holes underneath the window there. You need to put that in. Yes, we know we need to do that too. And that's on the list. And for the person who said, you've made a wonderful place for the rats to live. No, they're not. And we will attend to what has to be done. We didn't get this far by not knowing how to wipe our nose, or the other end either. So, end of the day, beautiful time of the day, beautiful sunset as always. Our friend Barry is over there and he is having a little time on his computer, and he's missing that beautiful sunset. So Barry, what the hell does this mean? You got an incredible sunset happening over there and you're on that damned electronic device.
I'm watching the videos from a foreigner in the Philippines.
I thought that you were watching a video of the of the sunset when you could have been looking at the real thing. Look at that! At that sunset.
I took pictures of that earlier.
For heaven's sake!
Yeah. It's got a fire line tonight on the top of the hill.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Wow.
That's the first time I've seen that since I've been here.
Oh, you mean the edge?
Line at the top.
Yeah. Look at those clouds. Now, the one thing I miss about Florida is the skies. The skies, every night we used to come home and I would say to my son, who painted that sky? And we'd all agree it must have been Leonardo da Vinci. That's a Leonardo da Vinci sky. Not a particularly spectacular one compared to some that we've seen, but boy, something else. So thanks for looking in. This is good evening from a follower in the Philippines.